on to the final fight of the weekend. Las Vegas, Nevada. We had the monster, the 122-pound king, undisputed champion, Naoya Inoue, fought versus Ramon Cardenas. And Inoue might have gained a lot more Mexican fans after this. You always tell me, right? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. We started pretty bad, to say the least, this weekend, but we finished strong, in large part thanks to Inoue. A lot more Mexican fans are going to be rooting for him. He did save Cinco de Mayo weekend. Him and Espinoza did. Brought us the action. He picked himself up off the canvas. Second round, he was dropped by Cardenas, left hook. Cardenas, I never saw this guy before. He was a monster underdog coming in, and he impressed me. Put together some punches, nice combinations. He had really fast hands, and he threw, as you said during the live stream, he threw everything with bad intentions. But in the end, he pissed off the monster, and he woke him up. And Inoue did what he always does. He kept coming until he got the finish. 30-0 now, 27 knockouts. Still the champion, still the man. And it says he still wants to stay at 122 pounds as long as he can make the weight. What'd you make of this one?
The great ones, the special ones, the rare ones. People like Inoue, people like Usyk, people like Crawford, those kind of Sugar Ray Robinson, you go back, Henry Armstrong, you go back, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I'm sorry if I leave somebody's favorite out. But the point is, the great ones need almost something catastrophic to bring out their greatness. They need something to show how great. Yeah, they're going to destroy most people because of their greatness. Their great talent, their great mindsets, their great, responsibility to themselves to perform at the level they have to perform at and to push themselves at all times to do that. All of those things, they're going to go through a lot of people. But the real greatness doesn't really get seen until there's something threatening them. Then all of a sudden you see how great they are. And as good as he was up to the point that he got dropped, look at how good he was after he got dropped. He mixed defense with offense, and he didn't stop being aggressive. He still maintained his aggression, but he made a change, a subtle change, where he didn't walk after the guy in a way where he assumed that he wasn't going to punch, because this fighter that he was fighting, who could punch, who could throw concise punches, he didn't waste anything. He had a decent defense. There's 3 lines of defense. You use your legs, you move your head, or you block. He blocked. Cardenas was good at blocking. He was very good at waiting for the right moment to throw. He was good at counterpunching. He had plenty of heart. He had a good plan. He was hoping to catch the monster getting a little overconfident, a little careless, a little reckless, and he did. The monster was having his way. Cardenas was not throwing that much. That's his way. He doesn't waste anything. He only throws when he thinks he can land, when he thinks that it's the right time to throw, that it makes sense to throw. And he throws everything hard, and he throws everything without telegraph. He throws everything short and proper and concise and tight. There's no fat on his punches. So he was able to kind of lull Inoue into a little false sense of security, thinking, okay, he doesn't throw that often. I have a little bit of space here to follow him. I have a little bit of leeway, a little bit of liberty. I have a little bit of, just an opportunity here to just follow him, because I could depend on only throwing at certain times. But the thing with Cardenas that made his power mean something was he knew what time to throw. He knew when the opportunity made sense. And he saw Inoue come in with him, follow him, thinking nothing was going to come. A little reckless, his right hand down. And he threw the counter left hook, caught him, dropped him. And then Inoue showed his greatness. He realized right then, okay, he understood his mistake. But this is the greatness. He didn't say, okay, I will just use my legs. You could do that. I will just box. I will just stay away. I will just, fight a strict counter-punching fight at a distance because this guy can only catch me when I engage. No. Part of the greatness is the belief that you're great. Part of the greatness is the belief that when you've been hurt, when you've been threatened, when you've been challenged, when your greatness has been challenged, that you don't lose faith in it, that you show what you showed when you were getting rid of people when you didn't have to go through that. You show the same thing that you didn't have to show when you were demolishing guys, and it was not on you. It was not asked of you. It was not demanded that you get off the floor or you show anything else because it's all your way. You want to show that you're that same person with the same delivery, with the same talent, with the same way of going about it, with a confidence, with a bravado. You're that army that's marching up that hill, that's taking town after town. You're not suddenly splintering off to where, you got some guys going over here and you got some guys going over here and you're asking for some to fight a different kind of type. No, you're still that same army that has taken town after town, that has become legendary by marching right through in a way that you've done it. That's greatness. That nobody has convinced you that you can't do it that way anymore. Think about it. That nobody is, even when they drop you, they didn't convince you that you can't do it that way anymore. Yeah, they convince you that you do it tighter and smarter, but I'm still going to do it that way. I'm still going to do it that way. I'm still going to press you. I'm still going to back you up. I'm still going to walk into what looks like your greatest talent, your ability to punch, your ability to counterpunch. I'm still going to beat you the same way I was beating you the first 4 rounds or whatever rounds it was before he got dropped. I'm still going to do it the same way, because not to do it the same way would show a lack of my belief in that approach, in that greatness, would show a lack of me believing that I still can dominate you this way. And he did. The only difference was instead of throwing 3, he would throw 1, move his head, boom, and then throw the other 2. He would mix the defense with the offense. He understood that the only adaptation, the only change, the only adjustment was not to be reckless, not to just still continue to march up that hill, still continue to take town after town, but to make sure that you're aware that there are people in those houses as you're coming that still take sniper shots at you, that you don't forget that. You don't forget that, but you're still going to go forward and realize your goal, which is to dominate this man and completely conquer him in a physical way, in a technical way, in a sensational way. And that's what he did. The only change was like I said, instead of throwing 3, okay, he throw 2. Now a little defense, take care of that counter, continue forward, same way. Now You won't get caught with that counter. Yeah, he showed the heart he's shown before. He's been on the floor before. Yeah, he's shown the Constitution. He showed what the old timers called the making of a champion, being able to come off the floor to win. He's shown all of that. And he saved boxing. He saved the weekend of boxing. It was fitting that the monster would be the last guy on the card to save the day. It was fitting that he would be that guy. And it was fitting it was on a Sunday, because Sunday short is called sun. And the sun was brought back because there was no sun on Friday and Saturday. It was cloudy. It was rainy. It was gloomy. It was sad. It was sad for the boxing people. But then Sunday was sunny because the monster was there with his friend Espinosa. With his friend Espinosa. But the monster never lets you down. That's why he's a monster. He's a smart monster. He's a complete monster. What is there about this monster that's not to like? He's got power. He throws his punches properly. He puts them together. He adds defense in with aggression. And he shows that he's human, that he can be hurt, that he can be dropped, he can bleed. But he shows the greatest ability that we have in life, the ability to make a choice to overcome. The ability to say, no, I'm not going to give in. The ability to be in peril, to be threatened, and still find a way to overcome it. To look at it as almost an opportunity. See, that's what the great ones do. They don't look at it as a mistake or as they don't look at it as in a negative way of, I failed for this moment. There's no failure. They look at it as an opportunity. This is an opportunity now to overcome something that I didn't have an opportunity to overcome 5 minutes ago. To show how great I am. To use qualities that I don't get a chance to use every time, but I'm ready to use every time. I'm ready to use them every time. If something goes wrong, I'm ready to be stronger, better, find a way, and not lose one bit of belief. I look at it as an opportunity to, again, show something that someone else can't show. That's the monster.